Aging is an inevitable part of the human experience, a journey that begins the moment we are born and continues until our final breath. It transcends culture, geography, and status, connecting us all in its universal certainty. Yet, despite its inevitability, aging remains one of life's most misunderstood and, at times, feared processes. In a world obsessed with youth, vitality, and productivity, growing older is often viewed as a loss of beauty, relevance, and purpose. But beneath these societal perceptions lies a different reality. Aging is not just a story of decline, it is a transformation. It is a time of reflection, growth, and wisdom. It carries opportunities for rediscovery, moments of profound clarity, and a unique kind of freedom that can only come when one has lived long enough to see life's patterns unfold. This video seeks to shine a light on the often overlooked truths about growing older. It does not aim to romanticize aging or diminish the real challenges it brings. Instead, it hopes to offer insight into the profound gifts that come with accepting and embracing this stage of life. Before we dive in, don't forget to show me some love by liking and commenting on this video. By doing this, you're not only supporting my work, but also helping the algorithm recognize this content as valuable and share it with more people who need this information. So, can I count on your support? And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to hit that subscribe button by clicking the logo on the bottom right of this video. Don't miss out on future updates. Let's dive in. From shifting social dynamics and physical changes to the evolution of relationships, adaptation to life's constant transitions, and the conscious choice of happiness, this exploration will delve into the core aspects of what it means to grow older with grace, resilience, and purpose. Aging is not the closing of a story. It is the unfolding of a new chapter, one where the lessons of a lifetime can finally be savored, and the present moment becomes the most valuable treasure of all. As time moves forward, a quiet but undeniable shift begins to take place. The world, which once seemed to orbit around your presence, starts to feel slightly distant. In youth and middle age, attention often comes effortlessly, through roles as parents, professionals, partners, and friends. There is a certain urgency to these stages, a sense of being needed, sought after, and valued for what you bring to the table. But as life transitions into later years, these roles begin to fade. Children grow up and carve out independent paths. Careers reach their conclusion, and the phone calls, invitations, and requests for advice become less frequent. This shift is not sudden, nor is it easy to pinpoint, but its presence is deeply felt. At first, it might feel like an unsettling silence, a void where constant activity and validation used to be. It can bring feelings of invisibility, as if the world has turned its gaze elsewhere. For many, this transition stirs emotions of sadness, frustration, or even anger. Society, with its relentless focus on youth, can make this adjustment even harder by perpetuating the notion that one's value diminishes with age. But beyond the initial discomfort lies a powerful truth. The fading of external expectations can become a profound liberation. No longer burdened by relentless societal pressures, there is space to breathe, reflect, and redefine what matters most. The attention that once came from others can now turn inward. There is freedom in being able to choose how time is spent, what priorities take center stage, and which passions are reignited. The reduced need to meet the expectations of others creates an opening to explore authenticity. There is space to ask questions that may have been buried under years of obligations. What do I truly enjoy? What brings me peace? What legacy do I want to leave behind? It's also important to recognize the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a heavy feeling of absence, a longing for connection that remains unfulfilled. Solitude, on the other hand, is an intentional embrace of quiet moments, a chance to sit with one's thoughts, appreciate stillness, and find clarity. For those willing to lean into this phase with curiosity, it becomes clear that the world's attention is not the only source of validation. The richness of self-discovery, the joy of quiet moments, and the peace that comes from letting go of external pressures can fill life with new meaning. While the world's focus may shift away, the opportunity to focus on oneself, on meaningful relationships, and on the simple pleasures of everyday life becomes all the more vivid. The human body is a living record of time, a canvas that carries the marks of laughter, tears, hard work, and survival. As years pass, this canvas begins to change. Wrinkles form where smooth skin once stretched. Muscles lose their former strength, and joints may stiffen with the weight of time. Tasks that once seemed effortless might now require deliberate effort and patience. These physical changes are among the most visible and undeniable aspects of aging, and they can stir a wide range of emotions. For some, they bring frustration or a sense of betrayal, as if the body has abandoned its former vitality. For others, these changes are met with quiet acceptance, viewed as natural milestones in a long and well-lived journey. But the truth is, our bodies have carried us through every moment of our lives. Every scar tells a story. Every ache is a reminder of effort and resilience. Instead of focusing on what is no longer possible, there is an opportunity to focus on what remains and what can still be nurtured. Compassionate self-care becomes essential. The body, though changed, still requires love and attention. Nutrition, regular movement, sufficient rest, and medical care are not just optional. They are vital acts of respect toward the vessel that has carried us through life. Still with me? Drop a yes in the comments to let me know you're tuned in. However, caring for an aging body goes beyond physical maintenance. It involves shifting the mindset from frustration to gratitude. The focus shifts from lamenting lost abilities to celebrating what remains possible. Walking in nature, enjoying a favorite meal, feeling the warmth of the sun on the skin. There is also an opportunity to slow down and savor life in a way that might not have been possible in earlier years. The hurried pace of youth often leaves little room for appreciation. Aging, with its natural slowing down, offers the gift of presence. A leisurely walk, an afternoon spent with a good book, or a quiet cup of tea can become deeply fulfilling experiences when approached with mindfulness. The body may change, but it remains a miraculous creation, one that deserves care, respect, and gratitude. It is not defined solely by its limitations, but by its endurance, its resilience, and its ability to adapt to every stage of life. Relationships are the invisible threads that weave together the fabric of life. They bring warmth, connection, and purpose. Yet, as time passes, the landscape of these connections begins to shift. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, and family dynamics evolve. Loss is one of the hardest truths of aging. The absence of someone who was once a constant presence leaves a void that cannot be easily filled. Grief becomes a companion, arriving uninvited but demanding to be acknowledged. Yet, within this impermanence lies a lesson about the preciousness of connection. Every conversation, every shared laugh, every moment spent together becomes infinitely valuable. There is also the possibility of forming new bonds. Connection does not end with age, it evolves. Whether it's through community groups, shared activities, or simple acts of kindness, new relationships can bloom in unexpected places. And for the relationships that remain, there is an opportunity to deepen them, to say the things left unsaid, to express gratitude, and to be fully present with those who matter most. Love and connection do not diminish with age. They become more intentional, more profound, and more treasured. Change is one of life's most persistent companions. It greets us in childhood, shapes us through adulthood, and remains present well into old age. While some changes are met with excitement and anticipation, others arrive with discomfort, uncertainty, or even fear. As the years pass, change becomes an ever-present force, sometimes gentle and gradual, other times sudden and disruptive. One of the most challenging aspects of aging is accepting that change does not slow down. It only shifts in nature. Careers that once provided structure and identity may come to an end. Children who once filled homes with laughter and chaos may move away to start their own families. Physical abilities that were once taken for granted may diminish. Even familiar neighborhoods, once filled with known faces, may evolve into places that feel unfamiliar. Resisting change, though natural, often leads to unnecessary suffering. Clinging to what was instead of embracing what is can trap one in cycles of regret and frustration. However, accepting change as an inevitable part of life can bring peace. It is not about denying loss or pretending that change is easy. It's about finding ways to move forward despite it. Adaptation becomes a key skill in this stage of life. While certain aspects of the past cannot be reclaimed, there are always new opportunities waiting to be discovered. A career's end might pave the way for long-neglected hobbies. A child moving away might create space for a new chapter of independence and self-exploration. Physical limitations might lead to creative ways of enjoying familiar activities in modified forms. It's also important to recognize the emotional aspect of change. Grief is often a companion to transformation, and allowing space for that grief is an act of self-compassion. Mourning what has been lost is not a weakness. It's a necessary part of making peace with the new reality. Change also brings growth. With every transition comes a chance to learn something new about oneself. Patience, resilience, and flexibility are qualities that are often strengthened in times of change. There's a quiet wisdom that emerges when one stops fighting against the current and instead learns to flow with it. Ultimately, embracing change is about trust. Trust in one's ability to adapt, trust in the value of new experiences, and trust that life, even in its most unfamiliar forms, still holds beauty and purpose. Are you with me? If you are, type "tube" in the comments and let me know you're still watching. Happiness is one of life's most sought-after yet misunderstood concepts. It is often thought of as something to be pursued, achieved, or stumbled upon, a fleeting reward reserved for those whose circumstances align perfectly. But true happiness is not an external prize. It's an internal state of being, a choice made again and again, despite the circumstances. As time passes and the noise of life begins to quiet, there comes an opportunity to redefine happiness. In youth, happiness might have been linked to grand achievements, material possessions, or societal approval. But in the later years of life, happiness often reveals itself in smaller, quieter moments. A sunrise, a warm conversation, a favorite song playing unexpectedly. One of the most powerful tools for cultivating happiness is gratitude. When the mind focuses on what is missing, happiness becomes elusive. But when attention shifts to what remains, to the beauty of a moment, the warmth of a memory, or the simple pleasures of daily life, happiness becomes more accessible. Letting go of regrets is another crucial step. Regrets are heavy burdens, and carrying them into the present can cloud the ability to find joy. While it's natural to wish certain choices had been different, the past cannot be rewritten. What can be controlled, however, is how the present is lived. Forgiving oneself, releasing old disappointments, and focusing on the opportunities that still exist are acts of self-liberation. Happiness also thrives in connection. Relationships, whether with family, friends, or even new acquaintances, create moments of shared joy. Taking the time to nurture these connections, to share stories, laughter, and vulnerability, can fill life with warmth and purpose. Equally important is the practice of mindfulness. Being present in the moment without being consumed by worries about the future or regrets about the past. Mindfulness is not about ignoring reality. It's about fully experiencing what is happening right now, with gratitude and awareness. Happiness, ultimately, is not about the absence of challenges or hardships. It's about finding light within those challenges, savoring moments of peace amid the storms, and recognizing that joy often hides in the simplest of places. Aging is not a conclusion but a continuation, a unique and irreplaceable chapter in the grand story of life. It is a time marked by reflection, resilience, and quiet strength. It is a phase where life slows down just enough to allow deeper connections, meaningful introspection, and the savoring of moments that might have gone unnoticed in earlier years. The truths explored throughout this journey, the shifting of attention, the changes in physical and emotional landscapes, the impermanence of relationships, the inevitability of change, and the conscious choice of happiness, are not meant to diminish the reality of aging, but to illuminate its potential. There will be losses, moments of grief, and times when the weight of change feels overwhelming. But there will also be moments of profound joy, clarity, and connection. There will be opportunities to rediscover passions, form new relationships, and find beauty in the ordinary. Every stage of life brings its own gifts, and aging is no different. It offers the gift of perspective, the ability to look back on decades of experience and see patterns, lessons, and growth. It offers the gift of presence, the chance to slow down, breathe, and fully immerse oneself in the current moment. And it offers the gift of legacy, the opportunity to pass on wisdom, love, and memories to those who come after. The fear of aging often stems from a focus on what is lost. But a deeper truth emerges when attention shifts to what remains and what can still be gained. Life, at every stage, is a gift, a fleeting but beautiful journey filled with opportunities for love, growth, and meaning. As the final pages of life continue to unfold, may there be courage in facing each day, gratitude for each moment, and peace in knowing that aging is not a decline but a transformation, a chance to embrace life with open arms an open heart, and an unwavering spirit. Every day is an opportunity to write a new story, to discover something beautiful, and to cherish the irreplaceable moments that make life truly extraordinary. Thank you for joining me on this reflective journey about aging and the profound lessons it offers. If you found value in these insights and want to explore more meaningful content that inspires, informs, and resonates with your journey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. By subscribing, you'll stay connected with future content designed to enrich your perspective, spark thoughtful conversations, and provide stories and insights you won't want to miss. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing community today. Let's continue this journey together. One story, one insight, and one moment at a time.